Good evening. Welcome. We've already been talking for about 40 minutes about uh, about various industries and occupations and so forth. Uh, we were talking about insurance, selling insurance, and so forth. Brother Walker, what did you pick out of the conversation so far? Anything out of the conversation about insurance and being an agent and so forth can help you, any principles, precepts that can help you move forward in what you're looking at doing?
Well, I feel like it shows the power of networking and being able to talk to people who may have already been in the game longer than you and being able to learn from them. And also maybe you being able to teach them things. So I think, not only do we talk about wisdom here, but it also illustrates the power of networking and becoming even better than what you are just by reaching out to other people in the same industry or just, from a spiritual point of view.
Outstanding, outstanding. Uncle Melvin, what's the game plan? What's on your mind?
Oh, well, I've been listening and I heard you say that, you know, it's better to do one thing well, at least learn to do one thing well before you branch off into something else. And from prior experience, I would agree. I think that's the right way to go about it.
All right, all right. You got to learn how to run the ball before you learn how to catch the ball, or something of that nature. I don't know. You got to learn how to dribble before you start trying to hit 3 pointers. I don't.
Right.
Maybe that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Sure.
Okay. Brother Moore, welcome. How you doing this evening? Anything
Talking,
to say?
talking to me,
Yeah.
man. Success leaves clues, and this conversation we're talking about insurance. All is what we're doing with these meetings, these Wednesday wisdom meetings. It's about uplifting each other in every aspect of our lives. And here we have a young brother that's new to doing something new and doing what we do. Two men that are already doing it, and we can give some clues. So that's where mentorship and wisdom, like dropping jewels of wisdom where we learn and we help each other be better. That's what this is all about, these meetings, in my opinion. So I welcome it, I love it, and I'm glad to be here.
All right. We all start off in occupations or in our endeavors with some type of goal in mind. And I was looking with this 12-week wisdom transformation process that we're involved in. Week two, the topic was getting rid of goals. Hello. Get rid of your goals. Does that make sense to you?
Get rid of your goals.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound like that's against all what we've been taught forever?
Yes, sir.
We've been taught set a
Absolutely.
goal and go after it.
Right.
And the information I researched got said, get rid of goals.
Well,
Okay,
that
fine.
that that makes
So,
sense
okay, talk to us.
because see, a goal is something that hasn't been achieved yet. But so once you figure
Outstanding.
your
It does say, Walker, goals are dreams.
yeah, so you turned it into a reality. You manifest it.
So if you get rid of your goals, what do you have to hold on to?
You have
Faith.
you have you have your reality. It's no longer a goal; it's your reality.
See,
What you do day to day.
anytime we're going after something, everything requires something. Everything costs something, right? So the bottom line, it says get rid of goals, develop and set standards. In other words, we start looking at the process. We know we want X amount of money um, over the course of a month. Okay. We know we want this. We want this car. We want a home. But now the bottom line is put that in the back of your mind and set your standards, the process that you're going to go after, you're going to go through. And you got to touch every base.
So it's what you do day to day.
Right. Standards are your means to the end. You raise your standards, and I'm gonna give you a scripture, 1 Kings 18:21. Okay. Ooh, here we go, Hunter. How long will you go limping between two different opinions? You got to decide on one thing, lock in, set your standard operating procedures, and go after it. And what I was saying is once you get it locked in, then you can add to the mix. But a lot of us are talked to, and we fall into the trap of multitasking and what's that other term? Multiple streams of income.
All right.
Okay, let me say this. This is a paperclip. There are people that have gotten rich selling these little things right here.
Listen, I use those same examples, not necessarily the paper clips. I use buttons.
Yeah, yeah. Became very wealthy selling these little things or buttons. So the thing is, we don't want to get caught up in going here, going there, going here, going there, and so forth, and never really focusing in on one thing that can give us a steady diet, a steady meal, a steady lifestyle, okay? And then you diversify. Now, that's my take on it.
That kind of makes me think about trying to be the pastor, the deacon, the usher, all at once, you know?
Absolutely.
You have to kind of zero in the spiritual gift that God has given to you and make use of it.
Absolutely.
We all have a spiritual gift. I'm not saying that multitasking isn't possible, but I agree with what you're saying. Sometimes we have to simplify things in our life so that we can be greater in the end.
You can be multitasking can be a distraction, especially if you're new.
Well, here's the thing that happens. Distractions, deceptions, delays, deceit, and I think it's one additional D. But all of these D words keep you down. They hinder your forward movement.
I was trying to write that down one time, and I think I was missing some of them. I'm looking for it now.
I think I have that in my Masonic Maturity Through Scripture, which you can get that on Amazon. Okay, and it talks about the tools the devil uses and the world use to hold us back, to deceive us, okay, to slow our growth. So that's a very good book, and it's motivational. It's going to give you a lot of scriptural validation to cause you to move forward. But the bottom line is, I can remember back when early years of doing the insurance business that I do, I had agents wanting to get me to sell major medical, long-term care, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going, no, I have what I like. I'm in love with what I do. Well, you have all these, and I mean, I have thousands of people I've sold, okay, literally in my computer. Names, address, phone numbers, and all that good stuff. Well, you can just add this, and I said, look, I'm married. My wife is good to me. Why should I cheat? If she's good to me, why should I carve off part of the time I'm going to give to her and go give it to somebody else? Does that make sense?
Sure.
That was the only way I could get a couple of these people off my back with that analogy. The truth of the matter is, at your age, Hunter, and your age more, I was hungry and I was running like wildfire. And so I did not want to be distracted. Okay? Because I had, as I like to say, I had habits. Okay? A couple of children, a wife, I like to eat regularly. I had those habits, right? So I didn't want any distraction. So I focused. And that is the problem with a lot of people today. We don't focus.
And,
Go ahead.
The word says we can't serve two masters.
Absolutely. I was about to say, even though we, like I said, get rid of your goals, focus on the standards, focus on the process. The process is the means to the end. Now, this week, the third week, the program says kill motivation. Because no one is motivated 24/7.
All right.
Motivation comes and goes, up and down, on and off.
You said kill motivation?
That's right, brother. Shoot it dead. So then what you do?
Go ahead and expound on it.
Got to explain that one, huh, Melvin?
Yeah, well, you explained the first one. Kill, get rid of goals.
Is it something to do with will?
It says become redundant in your actions.
Well.
And the Bible says, do not get weary in well-doing. All success is achieved through systems. I didn't say riches, because you can win the lottery and become rich, right?
Right.
I said success is achieved through systems. Go ahead, Walker.
So I was saying you referring to being consistent, right?
Absolutely. And that is a major problem that people have today. Do not become weary in well-doing. Success is achieved through systems. Become redundant in your actions.
That makes sense.
If you have that repetitious, that redundancy in your actions, it's just, hey, I got to get up and I got to go meet some people, pass out some cards, go talk to some people. Just, it's automatic.
Yeah, it made me think about when Brother Moore was talking about when he used to box, and you look at boxers, they get success because they're being consistent with their training.
Yes, sir.
Even though it's the same format for the most part, you're still getting stronger because it becomes something that you're regularly enduring instead of trying to. Go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry, it becomes instinctual, my brother.
If you go back and look at the Rocky Balboa movie, when his trainer had him training, the more he was consistent with it, not only did he get stronger, but he became better because it became more of a pattern.
Yeah.
Versus one day trying to do this or the other do that. Once you have your plan and you stick to it and you get consistent, like having a system, then you're bound to see good results.
Let me throw one other concept at you.
Makes sense, Brother Walker.
Thanks.
How would you like to make your life easier?
Of course.
How would you do that?
By not making it hard.
Oh, that's real cute.
I wasn't trying to be cute.
How do you not make it hard?
I mean,
how do you not make it hard?
Okay, a really naive answer would be I don't want to have holes in my wall, so I don't punch the wall, right? I don't want to have to call a contractor to fix the wall for having holes in it, so don't punch it. Now, in the moment, I might be upset and want to punch the wall, but it's like kind of choose your heart. You can have the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. So, both hard. So,
You getting there? You talking? You getting right where
I
you?
mean, your the stance of kill motivation become redundant in your actions. These are, and then no more goals, but set standards. These are newer things to me. So yeah, I'm definitely eating here today.
Make it to make life easier. Easier comes by way of order. Order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Order. As I said earlier, you got to touch all the bases. One of the big challenges for those of you that are in sales, they say you need to meet 20 people a day, call 10, you might get one appointment or get 4 appointments and you sell one. Okay. And I personally don't follow any of those philosophies because what I think in terms of is how much money I want to make for the month. And I'm going to meet people and talk to people until I get what I'm after.
That's it.
Period. If I got to meet 20 a day or 50 a day, whatever the case may be, then that's what I'm going to do.
Right. And,
And
and
we're going to get to down the road in this transformation period how you can make that that redundant actions more effective.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that point down the road in another week. Let me say this and I'm going to give it to you, Walker. Focus on a plan, not doing less, and you need to eliminate make busy work. So you
Shit.
make life easier by order, focusing in on your plan. Go back to what I said earlier. Become redundant in your actions.
And I think that's why the Bible is so important, because when we just try to live life going by our own will and not asking for guidance, then we're putting on too much for us. But when we go to God, our higher power, and ask for guidance, He's going to give us the instruction. We know the cliche, basic instruction before leaving Earth. So when we have something concrete or something solid that we can go to when we may be unsure or lost, then that can help our life be easier instead of just trying to go by our own philosophy, our own mindset. Well, Jesus said, not your will, but not my will, but your will be done. So we have to put it in God's hands if we do believe.
Well, a lot of people, Brother Walker, they try and put it in God's hand and they throw it at him, but they don't do their part. And therein lies the problem.
Yeah, faith without works is dead.
Absolutely. And we got to remember that what you just said always. Again, we're going back to redundant actions, repetitious actions.
But Grandmaster Ware, one thing I was watching one of your videos and you said, and it struck me, you said we can't plant seed on unfertile ground.
Right.
Because you're just wasting a seed on a ground that's probably not going to harvest anything.
Right.
But when we take that same energy, time, and effort and sow it into a fertile ground, then chances are we're going to reap, because we reap what we sow. People often think that means if somebody do something bad to you, they get something bad. but it's actually saying you can be blessed in life based upon what you're sowing into. So it's like you say, instead of having 4 wives, 4 car notes, just focus on one, and that way you're making things less complicated. You know
Well, I
what I
don't
mean?
want 4 wives, boy. Imagine coming in the
I
house.
don't know where you got that number from.
Listen,
No,
imagine
just
coming.
saying.
Hold on a minute. Okay, he's 38, so maybe 4 wives will work for him. Okay.
Listen, Brother Walker, imagine coming into the house and you got to explain to somebody. I had to stop and hang out with the fellas. I had to stop and hang out with the fellas. I had to stop and hang out with the fellas.
If I had 4 wives, I wouldn't be telling nothing about hanging out with no fellas.
Right. So I guess
Now,
that's what.
listen, one wife would drive you crazy, so 4, you imagine 4.
I
Right.
don't
So I
know.
guess
I feel like I'd be pretty comfortable. I think we'd be at the same page. I don't know. I
well,
don't condone it, but it's like
I guess what I was trying to say is I was saying that hypothetically. So by focusing on one venture, one person, it'll make things a lot less complicated. In other
It
words,
was a
instead
good
of just being
analogy, cousin.
spread
It was a good analogy.
abroad.
It was a good analogy, brother. Listen,
Absolutely.
listen,
So we have to focus on the process.
all right. I wanted to say this before we go further, brother.
Go ahead.
When you said earlier that you don't subscribe to all those cliches and things like what they talking about, I don't either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you do the work, you put in the work, you go get the results that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody tell you that you should do this and do that to be successful. And I'm like, nah, man, those are just, I guess, foundations or examples. But man, this world is so full of like not like unpredictability, unpredictable, predictable situations. To where if you stay focused and do it, and like you say, be redundant in your routine and do the work, you should get the results.
Brother Melvin, any comments on that?
Say that again.
I was asking Melvin if he had anything to say.
Oh, I thought you said Brother Moore.
No, I said Brother Melvin.
Okay. All right. I believe you. Yeah. I heard you say a number of times, principles don't fail. Good habits are going to yield good results. So these are things that I've heard in the past and I truly believe. But hearing them again today, getting rid of goals and concentrating on what you do on a daily basis. And what was the second thing that you said? I found that very interesting too.
Kill motivation.
Yeah, kill motivation.
Well, I'm going all against the grain, am I not?
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now, you definitely brought it home with both of them. I have to admit. But I had to listen to you to find out where you were going, because I was wondering, were you on a cul-de-sac going in a circle?
That's pretty good. See, here's the thing. I don't believe in setting myself up for failure. For you insurance salesmen or salesmen, again, they start us off talking about how many people we need to meet, how many we need to call, how many we need to set appointments with, and how many sales we're going to make. If you miss any of those marks, just like playing baseball, you hit the ball out of the park. You got to touch each base. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Come on, talk to me.
Yeah.
That is correct.
You can run around that circle, but if you don't touch the base, you don't get the score.
All right.
So the bottom line is when our sales managers give us those numbers and that process, they're locking us in on that like that little spinning wheel with the rats or whatever they call it. Bottom line is, I don't buy all of that. I
Me
want
neither.
Right.
I want the end result. That's what I
To
focus
me,
in on. Go ahead. Somebody was saying something.
Grandmaster, what it seems like when you say, even though you hit the home run, you still have to hit each base in the home plate in order to get credit for it.
Right.
So it reminds me of when Christ was in the wilderness being tempted by Satan, because even though Satan showed him the things that he had control over and it was tempting, Jesus had to tell him to get behind him because it's written, thou shalt only worship the Lord thy God.
Right.
So he stuck to his standards, his principles, because he knew that if he were to accept what Satan was offering to him, that was also going to come with a price. Because he said, if you should bow down and worship me, all will be thine. So even though it sounded tempting, it still came with a catch.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So once I send you out saying you got to meet 20, 30 people a day. If you meet 19, what did you do?
You
You failed.
underperformed.
Wasted your time, pretty much.
You failed, right?
You failed because
You,
you didn't do what you set out to do.
you got to make 15 calls a day, and you only got a chance to make 10 because those 10 people really had conversations and they chewed up your time. You failed again, didn't you?
Yes, you did.
See, so you got to protect your psyche. When it boils down to it, the mind creates our reality. In other words, when it's time for me to do something, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get it done. Okay? This month, this is what I want to make. And I'm going to get it done. Now,
Is that not a goal?
it is more than, technically it is, but at the same time, I'm not focusing constantly on the goal. I'm going to focus on the process to achieve the goal.
Okay. All right.
I
Okay?
think I,
Go ahead.
I didn't. I had so this whole night to me is for me it's been cognitive dissonance, and I
It's
recognize
been
it.
what you spelling words you just used. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Does everyone know what that is?
Break it down.
So cognitive dissonance, right? It's your brain wants to survive, and it survives by doing what it's done this whole time to survive. So if I say, I know we all have something that our grandmas did, that our mothers did, and now our sisters do it, like maybe in the kitchen or something like
Right.
that. I'll give you a good example. My mom, she used to leave the eggshells in the carton when we were growing up. I didn't really ask why, but it didn't take me till I was like a couple years ago. I had roommates and I did that. And my roommate was like, she was like, why do you put the eggshells back in the carton? I said, I don't know. I don't know. But needless to say, cognitive dissonance is when your brain learns new information that goes against what it knows, so it tries to fight back. So, but I do see, the so I've been doing pull-ups for warm-up, right? I do 30 pull-ups for my warm-ups.
You
And
strong, boy.
yeah, I weigh 259. And every time I like for the first month when I was doing it, I said to myself, I should not be able to do this before I do it, and then I do it. And I still don't believe I'm doing it because I'm like, technically not I'm not like just I'm 259, you doing 30 pull-ups, but I still do it anyway. So but now I get it. Now I don't really have to use motivation. I'm just a beast. I just this is just what I do. So I don't need to be motivated. I don't need to motivate myself to do pull-ups. It's just something I do. I don't need to be motivated to run a mile under 10 minutes. It's just something I do. So that makes things actually way easier because it's just I am, not I'm trying to be. Like Yoda said, don't try, do. So,
Right,
ooh, yeah.
right.
Mhm. But you
And
just
that's
love
the
to
thing.
do it.
We gotta get rid of
Yeah.
those patterns that were dumped on us and those restrictions that were put on us.
Yeah,
Okay? And the ideas that the limitations that were put in us.
yeah, yeah.
So
Don't
understand,
even know we got them sometimes. Don't even know
yeah,
we got the.
Dr. Miles
Hmm.
Monroe say if you change your mindset, you change your life.
Brother Ware, this is a controversial teaching because that go against the grain of everything we've been taught.
I understand. If you change your mindset, you change your life.
Yeah.
Now Melvin and I are together pretty much every day. So he and we've been knowing one another for many years, but we just started working together. And I see in his face sometimes, where did he get this crap from? What is he talking about now? Okay. But the thing about it is, if we change our mindset, we change our life. And so we have to focus on that. Okay. Principles don't lie. Discipline don't disappoint. Will never
That's what you
disappoint you.
said. Yeah, disciplines don't disappoint.
Whatever it is you want. Now let me flip the script a little bit here. If you borrowed $1,000 from the mafia and you were gonna pay it back Wednesday after next, and they told you if you didn't pay it back Wednesday after next, they're gonna break your left arm and your right leg. Thursday, what will you have?
I would have had
Money.
I would have had all my limbs intact because I paid $1,000 back the Wednesday.
Okay, let me put it another way, Hunter. If you didn't pay them Wednesday after next, what would you have Thursday after next?
A hospital bill, Mr. Ware.
Exactly.
More than
Uh,
$1,000 at that.
Exactly. What they tell you they're going to do, they do. The big problem is those of us that are law abiding citizens, everyday Joe, we don't have a structure and a word, and we don't have the commitment that some criminals have. So what I'm saying to you is we don't want the mind of a criminal, but we want to be able to lock in on principles that will move us forward. Change your mindset and you change your life. Your mind creates your reality. Fear, delay, deceit, all of those things are intangible. Okay.
I've always had that suspicion. You kind of like been giving me some of the answers I've always wanted because I always had I have a high willpower. I'm very resilient, but for some reason I could not like get to. And I knew it was something about my day to day. Like if you put me in a pressure situation, like if I had to like I don't know, just something like if it's in my power, I'd figure it out. But I have to be under pressure to do something great, and I never liked that. But I see now it's because it's I had a if I'm under pressure, I can see the goal clearly. But if I'm not under pressure, but if I set a standard from day to day, then one, I'll achieve my goals eventually, and two, I'll never have to be under pressure because
Yes,
everything's already taken care of.
yes.
hmm
All right. Now
So
you getting the idea.
yeah.
You
But what
getting
really
the
sucks,
idea.
Mr. Ware, what really sucks is being 31 years old and just learning this now. That's what really sucks. So now I gotta actually apply it and then wait to receive the benefit of it, you know. So,
They
but
are,
Better
they
than being
are, they
41.
are. I said, what you said, Melvin?
It's better than being 41 or 51 or 61
yeah, you're right. God is good.
We
all the
haven't
time.
talked, and again, if you buy my book, Masonic Maturity Through Scripture, it talks about the stages of manhood, the stages of our life. From 0 to 20, we learn. From 20 to 40, we practice. From 40 to 60, you're supposed to be able to call things into existence. In other words, you got it down pat. That's when you make your money and you're a shaker and a mover. After 60, you start looking at retirement and your legacy. So you're in the 20 to 30 where you need to perfect your skills. Because when you hit the big 4-0, you're supposed to be rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you right on time too, young brother. In my opinion.
I appreciate that. It's good to be here. God is good. I keep saying that. Yeah.
Listen and remember, wisdom does leave clues. It leaves clues, brother. Or success leaves clues.
Absolutely.
It's I don't know if y'all listen to rap at all. If y'all know about an artist named Jay-Z, but he one of my mentors, we like quoting this. It's follow my steps is this follow my steps. Follow my steps is the key to success. Where the N words look at you thorough when the girls say yes. I don't know if y'all caught that at all, but basically, like he was saying, success leaves clues. Like he's basically saying, if you follow my steps, now all you guys want these pretty girls, even though you're supposed to chase money, you know, but all that stuff comes anyway. So
All that comes when you get money, bro.
yeah.
You
That's,
don't have to
Mm-hmm.
chase.
the
Never
thing
chase
is, you don't
women
chase the girls, you
at
chase
all.
the money.
Mm-hmm. But
And
as
the
we
money,
saying, follow. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, you don't chase the girls, you chase the money.
Mm-hmm.
You get the money, the girls will chase you.
Mm-hmm. As I say,
That's what they say. You get the money, you get the honey.
That's what I say. He say, follow my steps to the road to success, you know. And then like he says, you know, because Jay-Z, he has a lot of his lyrics are, you know, set up for a reason. You
Like,
know, you
okay,
gotta.
he started out. I'm a little bit older. I came up in that era with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So he came up in, like, I see his transition from being a dope boy to
Mm-hmm.
being a business mogul. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He even dressed different.
Mm-hmm.
And and what he said in one of his albums, he was like, "What I look like hanging in the project hallways." You know what I'm saying? Like looking like I'm in the projects all day, basically
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the bottom line is you have to identify your standards of life and you stick to it and you do them redundantly. It's called consistency. If you take a hammer, regular hammer, and go outside and start banging on your house, you can tear it down with that hammer.
With consistency, yeah. Yeah.
So you can achieve whatever you believe. We're going back to what Walker said about belief and faith. You just got to have it, and then you got to put the effort.
Don't you say iron sharper iron, Grandmaster?
Yes, sir.
As men sharpen men, as iron sharpens iron. As iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen the countenance of his friend. So, with that being said, I hope tonight has been inspirational, motivational.
It has.
We'll get you up and at it. And excuses are the skin of a lie turned inside out. So there's no reason not to do what you want to get done.
Didn't hear what you said. You broke up.
I was asking Brother Walker if he has anything final, any final words before we disconnect.
Just remember, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So just keep on the good foot and move forward.
Outstanding. Brother Moore?
Brother, you said I could take credit for this because if once I give you credit 3 times, it becomes mine now. Say it becomes mine now. Young brother, hey, work solves 80 to 90% of all your problems. So, I got that from Grandmaster Ware, but it's mine now because I gave him credit 3 times already.
Oh, you told some other people that?
Yeah, I tell people that all the time, brother. I put that on my social media, but I always have you in the italics.
Okay.
Grandmaster Ware.
But you gonna take me out of italics after this, huh?
Yeah, now,
you done. Right? You done.
Uncle Melvin, what's going on? What's the word as we leave?
Hey, I've thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. You know, I'm glad I was able to make it. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Brother Hunter, you've shaken your head more tonight than ever before.
I'll say it one more time, sir.
I say you've shaken your head more tonight than ever before.
It was. I just gotta process this, but I say to keep it short. Tonight reminds me of a movie I saw with Michael Keaton playing Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's. Right. And at the end, he had a monologue. Basically, he was saying consistency and talent. Yes, sir. I was going to. I was going to anyway. I was replying to a chat with Brother Moore.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, playing Ray Kroc as the founder of McDonald's. He said, consistency and persistence trumps talent every time. You know, him going around selling ice cream machines that still don't work to this day. It's still, say again?
They never work.
Yeah. Actually, real quick, they actually don't work on purpose so they can have them keep being fixed. I found that out the other day. That's an actual industry inside of McDonald's. That's why they don't work, because whatever. But yeah, consistency, persistent, trumps talent every time.
There you go. All right, fellas. Well, enjoy it. I will send you
Hey, Brother Ware.
Yes.
I got a question.
Ask me something. I'll tell you anything.
For Brother Hunter.
Oh, okay.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
God did.
I was making a joke about the egg.
Okay. I will send you guys the copy of the video and the transcript so you can review it and have a fun week. Okay.
Love you, brothers.
Let's put some of this to action.
Yeah, definitely.
And enjoy the journey, okay? Because next week we're going to hit another facet of this 12-week transformation program.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right? In fact, I might have to change it because my grandson's birthday is next Wednesday. But you'll get an email from me.
All right.
All right?
All right.
Y'all have a good week. Thank you much.
All right, you too.
All right.
Okay, bye.